As we get ready for service, I just want to hold a moment of thought and prayer as we get together this Sunday morning in Kailua Kona. And so please, thank you, Spirit, for the blessings of the day, and grant us the wisdom to share to the world what we bring today and help the service to be the best it can be. So it is. Amen. And please ask everybody to turn off your cell phones and make sure that you don't have disturbance. Thank you. A ku mau mau. A ku mau mau pa. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no awe mele e ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no awe mele e ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no awe mele e. Hili holi kau o maka kona. Hili hoi o makai, wherever you come from. E koma mai, welcome. Kakaiaka, good morning. Blessings for this beautiful Sunday morning in Kailua Kona, Hawaii. And as we share the Hawaiian prayer chant, the Eo Mai, beseeching the Great Spirit for the wisdom of the life stories. As first, the story being told. Why would we be tell these stories to our children? And the highest octave, Great Spirit, and our ancestors, grant us the wisdom of this life experience that becomes our stories. For with that knowledge, we never have to repeat them over and over again. And so it's a fitting prayer chant and works with all beliefs, and what an honor it is to share some of the deeper aspects of the Hawaiian culture here at Unity. So what an honor it is. So, Eo Mai, and blessings to everyone. And as we open the service with prayer, we'd like to please ask everybody to stand as we'll do our affirmation for the month, vision and mission statements. Here we are in the month of June. Affirmation, power of purpose. Together, I am guided by the wisdom and the power of the universe to fulfill my divine purpose. I claim it now. This moment we do. And here at Unity, we come together with a vision. Our vision of a world family of oneness, peace, and love, with our mission to inspire spiritual growth and service through the active practice of love, prayer, faith, joy, and honoring everyone as a child of God. And while I've got you all standing and joining us online, please sing together. As we come together, we'll sing. We come together. Choir on board, and away we go. There'll be some dancing in the sanctuary now.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Ooh, we come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
Look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Ooh, we come together.
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 We come together in the name
of love. We come together.
We come together. We come together. In the name of love.
From every walk of life.
From every walk of life.
Every creed and color.
Every creed and color.
And get your feel nice.
Oh, get your feel nice.
In honor of the God in each other. Now look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I love sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Ooh, we come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 In the name of love. We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love. Woohoo! And while we're all standing, take a couple minutes and greet your neighbor here in the sanctuary. It's been a week since we'd seen you, so take a break and everybody say hello and good morning. Kaka'iyaka. If you're joining us online, please leave a comment in the comment section there at Facebook Live or YouTube or Twitch, wherever you might be joining us from, and then we can formally greet everybody as we always like to do. Just give us a moment. Everybody's walking around, sharing handshakes and hugs, and what an honor it is to be here in beautiful Hawaii as the Rainbow State. I had a rainbow in the volcano as it was erupting this week. It was just incredible. Oh, everything's fine at the place. Yeah, everything's good. Nope, no, I'm all right. I pay no attention to the fog. That's part of living in an island. Yeah, you got to deal with what happens. So. But no, with the Pele show on her face, it's been an amazing, and everybody's going up the volcano at night. You talk about traffic. Dawn, that's where you want to get there, right before dawn, okay, or 2 o'clock in the morning. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting to get in. It's just spectacular. So you got to come visit us here at Unity in Kona if you're coming to visit the volcano, because we got the fire in our souls over here. Woohoo. And so now's the time we like to welcome our guests and visitors. So if you're new here in the sanctuary, or maybe it's been a while since we've seen you, we'd like to ask you to please stand and share your name and where you're from. Welcome. From Florida. Welcome. Awesome. What part of Florida? Naples. Okay, I still have family. We all have family on the mainland. Welcome from Naples, Florida. Yes, Lisa. Lisa's from down south, and so welcome, Lisa. And anybody joining us online, if you're new, we always like to welcome our guests and visitors with a great big aloha, and God bless you. And don't forget, there will be some things up here for fellowship and some nauseas. There's always people bringing stuff, and it's always fun to share some fellowship after service. So join us, please, after service today. And now, thank you for sharing. And okay, our daily word. So it's time for Shelley. If you would please share, there. Let's hear it for Shelley. Thank you.
Aloha, everyone. Good morning. Today's daily word for Sunday, June 11th, 2023 is grace. With joy and gratitude, I welcome grace. The guiding, healing, harmonizing presence and power of God is everywhere present. Divine grace is mine whenever I say yes to this presence within me. I release any thought that I am unworthy of grace. Nothing I could do or fail to do would ever disturb my divine identity. Grace need not be earned, nor can it be bought. It is inexhaustible. No matter how much comes my way, I can relax in complete trust that even more will be available as I need it. Grace doesn't happen to me. It expresses through me, just as I have been blessed to receive grace when I have needed it. I am honored to be the conduit through which it flows to someone else, blessing them in a time of need. Scripture says, yes, everything is for your sake, so that grace, as it extends to more and more people, may increase thanksgiving to the glory of God. 2 Corinthians 4:15. Would you all join me in saying the affirmation? Okay. With grace, with joy and gratitude, I welcome grace. Together, I welcome grace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shelley. And with grace, we eagerly move forward. And so now is the time in our service where we'll just get comfortable where you are as we'll do a visualization of the sanctuary. Get comfortable, plant your feet on the ground, and take a nice big breath. As you breathe, relaxing, exhaling all that might be tension. Take a big breath and feel this loving energy of those around you. Feel it flowing in and through you with the movement of the life force. Feel the loving energy moving around every person, every being on this earth and in this world. See this loving energy as a beautiful heart. And if there are any events or circumstances in your life or anyone in the world and in your life in need of prayer, let's take a moment and see them right here in the center of what we've created, the most beautiful, loving heart. And as we come back together, let us do the prayer for protection. For the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. And wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Mahalo. Mahalo keakua. Thank you, God. Now is the time in the service where we come in with some soft music, meditation, and message. Today we have the guest speaker, Patricia Bahia. She was here last week and shared her music. Now she's going to share some of her speaking talents with us. And as Patricia is a 5-time Positive Music Award winning songwriter, performing artist, and cancer survivor, and a coach who lives her bucket list life and helps others to do the same. Formerly a practicing attorney, Patricia wrote her first song after being diagnosed with ovarian cancer, 2003. After undergoing successful treatment, she traded her briefcase in for a guitar case and started living her bucket list as a life as a songwriter. And today she's here on island with a retreat for the Songwriting Festival here on the north side of the island. And she comes to us to share her talent and love for life itself. So please welcome Patricia Bahia. My pleasure. You're going to start with music? Okay.
All right, good morning. So happy to be here to share a bit of message and probably a lot more music. I tend to write what I need to hear a lot of times in my songs. And I want to start today off with a meditative song called Safe Haven. And I envision this as being the universal presence within all of us, speaking to me when I need to hear a message of encouragement, and knowing that I'm always cradled in this safety net of love. So this is safe haven. Oh, and I should say, I just went to the Hawaii Songwriting Festival, and this song was a finalist in the songwriting contest there. And I was, thank you. And I was really honored to be able to perform it with the other nominees, and there were a lot of distinguished judges and guests there from the industry. So, but ultimately, it's a spiritual message. So I invite you to just close your eyes and listen to the voice within. When your hope is sinking like a stone, and it takes everything you got to stay afloat. The weight of your worry feels too heavy to hold. You don't have to carry it all on your own. No matter what you're going through, you're never alone. I will never leave you, no, I won't let you go. You can rest in my arms. I'll keep you safe. I'll keep you warm. When your heart is breaking, I'll be your safe haven. I will shelter you. I will shelter you. When your strength is lost and tears are all you've got, and it feels like your whole world's come to a stop, stuck between a hard place and a rock. Like any move you make is all for naught. No matter what you're going through, you're never alone. You can rest in my arms. I'll keep you safe. I'll keep you warm. When your heart is breaking, So I've been reading Michelle Obama's book, The Light We Carry. I don't know if anyone else has read that book. She's reverb. Okay, we don't want all that reverb, do we? Okay, got you. So can I put it on the stand? Is that okay? All right. Yeah. That'll be more comfy. Thank you so much. Okay. And when I start singing, I need to change the mic out, eh? Okay. All right. Remind me. Because we want all that beautiful reverb. So I've been reading her book, The Light We Carry, and she talks a lot about the inner light, the inner flame that each of us has, and how important it is to nurture that flame, that unique light that each one of us has inside. And as she was talking about this, I was reminded of something that happened to me early in my songwriting journey. I think many of you were here last week, but I'll just repeat a little bit of my story for those of you who weren't here. I was an attorney. I was a civil litigator, and some of you with law backgrounds know what that is. It's basically you're a paid gladiator. You go in and fight people's battles for them, and it's a very contentious, high stress and high boredom job at the same time. It's very hard to imagine, but it's really true. It's extremely stressful, but also not that interesting at the same time. At least it wasn't for me. Let me just say that. I have friends who have been in happy law careers for many years. So I should just say, for me, I found it to be extremely stressful and boring, which is really a horrible combination for it. And I was good at it, but it was not good for me. It didn't feed my soul in any way. And as a child, I'd always wanted to be a singer. And I wanted to write songs when I was a young girl. But I got various messages, both from family and also from society, that being a musician, being a songwriter, these were things that other people did, not our family. When I wanted to major in music, my parents were like, well, that's really sweet, but you need to do something practical. So hence the law career. But I still had this light, this little flame inside that always wanted to be a songwriter. And for me, it took an ovarian cancer diagnosis in 2003 to actually allow myself to follow that light. And one of my early songwriting teachers, when I met with her, I was just starting out. I was just learning, like, what's a chorus and what's a verse and, how much repetition is enough repetition and how much is too much, all those little things that you learn about songwriting. And as a lawyer, I was trained to have a plan, and there would be an outline, and there would be, organized steps to follow. And I went to her, and we had a one-on-one session, and I said, I'm at a loss here. Like this, I'm no good at this because I'm a beginner, and that's fine. But like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And she said one sentence that changed my life. She just said, follow the light. And at the time, I was thinking that this was some sort of external light. So I was kind of looking for it. But what I think she really meant, and what I came to learn, is follow what lights you up inside. So I had no grand plan, and I just followed what interested me, what I was curious about, and what sort of ignited this tingly, fiery feeling inside. And 20 years later, I'm a full-fledged songwriter, award-winning. I have my songs on TV and film. I never envisioned any of this. It was just the steps of following, doing one thing that interested me and then following that light. And I feel very strongly that all of us have many things that we can be good at, and also that we each have that individual light within us. It's a unique spark that only our incarnation brings to the planet. So each one of us has that light, and as a society, especially, when we start coming up as children, we're told, be quiet, don't make too much noise. Oh, that isn't practical, that's not realistic. All these messages we get, and sometimes we lose sight of what lights us up inside. Some of us are lucky. I know there are people that I've met who knew at age 5 what they wanted to do and what lit them up, and they didn't have any detours along the way. They just went for it. That was certainly not the case for me, and I think for a lot of people it's not the case. You have a knowing as a child, you have that light, and then you get detoured from following it, or life gets in the way, things happen. So my message today is all about following that light, shining your unique light, and it's not a selfish act. That's the one thing that was not clear to me as a younger person, is I always thought, well, if I do what I want to do, what I'm drawn to do, what's calling me, what I feel is my calling, I'm being self-indulgent, I'm being selfish, or etc. But that is actually not the case, because when you're fully actualized and you're glowing, you're actually shining light for others to follow their unique light. And there's actually a quote I want to read about this. Okay, so this is a bit of a paraphrase, actually. But first is a quote. So Howard Thurman, and many of you probably are familiar with this quote. I love this. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. I'm going to read that again because I just think it's so deep. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And Michelle Obama talks about this a lot, because what she says is when we recognize our own light, we become empowered to use it, and we're able to connect meaningfully with others and foster what is unique within them. And so one light feeds another. One strong family lends strength to more. One engaged community can ignite those around it. And that this is the power of the light that we carry. So by shining our own light, we help show others the way to shine theirs. And when we're all shining, what a bright and wonderful world, right? So I have a song about this, and there's a little call response part. This is called There's Just One You. And it really recognizes that each one of us, you are one of a kind. You have your own unique gifts. And by being fully yourself and sharing your gifts, you're actually helping the world. So it's not a selfish act. And I want to repeat that. It's not a selfish act. So many of us have been, that's selfish if you're doing what you're called to do, what you feel, you want to do. But it truly is not. I feel for myself, I'm doing what I absolutely love to do in the world, writing songs, and I'm expressing my inner feelings. And so many people become touched by that and come up and say really wonderful things about how the music has helped them. I have a particular song I'm not going to do today, but if you want to check it out on my YouTube, it's called Hold On. And I wrote it for, inspired by a friend who was going through a really hard time mentally. And I've had several people comment on YouTube that they found that song at a time where they were considering ending their own lives. And they were so heartened by the message that they decided not to do it. So just being you can really make a difference in people's lives. It really can. So I want to sing you this song, Just One You, and I encourage you to join in the call response section. Oh, dear. Okay. So this mic it's deciding it wants to amplify my belly button. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right. That's awesome. Great. Thank you. So I wrote this with J.D. Martin, who is a wonderful New Thought, positive music, award-winning songwriter and pianist, and based out of Colorado. Listen to the beating of your heart. Take the time to find out who you are. 'Cause you got something special, one of a kind, and this whole world needs to see your shining light. It's just one you, just one you. Ain't no use trying to be somebody else. You're the only one who can be yourself. There's just one you, just one you. Only you can be the best you. Nobody else can do what you do, what you do, what you do. Wanna hear you sing your song. Sing it loud so the whole world can sing along. Don't dim your light, 'cause it's in somebody else's eyes. I need to see you shining bright. It's just one you, just one you. No use trying to be somebody else. You're the only one who can be yourself. There's just one you, just one you. Only you can be the best you. Nobody else can do what you do, what you do. There's just one you. Just one you. Just one. Nobody else can do what you do, what you do. There's just one you. Just one you. Just one. Nobody else can do what you do, what you do, what you do. Just one you. Just one you. Just one. Nobody else can do what you do, what you do. There's just one you. Just one you. so much for singing along with me. That was awesome. There's just one you. So don't deprive the world of you and all of you. All right. If it's all right, I think I'd like to do another song. So I recently wrote a song called Let Your Colors Shine. I'm kind of on this theme, right? The shining and letting the world see who you really are. This one hasn't been recorded yet, neither has the one I just did. So I gotta start making a new record. Blazing, pain in the night when you show it. So amazing, out of this world, out of sight, and you don't even know it. Wish you could see you the way that I do. The gray has lost its shade and the clouds all roll away. You bang the spark, oh yeah. Like a flower whose power is drawn from the sun. When I'm down, you lift me up with a smile. Turn up the light. Let your colors shine. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let your colors shine. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let your colors shine. Yeah. All over the world. All right, let's see if I got this. You got it like no other, only one of a kind. You fill my world with color, hey, 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 hey. So let it shine, come on. Let your colors shine, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let your colors shine. Let your colors shine, yeah. Let your colors shine. Woo! All right. Okay. Are we in time? Is it time for meditation? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Great. All right. So I have a few more things to say about. Okay. I have a few more things to say about shining your light. So one of the things about letting your light shine is it can be a little scary, right? A lot of us have the fear, well, you know, what will people think? What if I decide to buy a drum set at age 60 and decide to learn to play the drums? Like, what will people think? Here's the thing, is most people are so wrapped up in their own stories, they're not really thinking about you at all. And if they are, it's probably like, wow, I wish I could do that. But we often let fear get in the way, right? And this is also from Michelle Obama's book. She really talks a lot about learning to coexist with fear. And one of the metaphors that I've used for this for a long time is, because you really don't ever get rid of fear. It's kind of this little thing that's always just right here on the shoulder. You know, watch out, be careful. You know, don't look bad. What would people think? All those little voices. And it comes from a place of survival, right? Originally, we needed to be cautious because one false move during the age of the mastodon and we'd be gone, right? And so our minds are attuned just from years of evolution and survival to always look for danger and stay in the comfort zone. The comfort zone is where, you know, we know we're not going to get hurt. But the comfort zone is also the place where you don't grow. It's like going to the gym and lifting a 2-pound weight. You're not really going to get a lot of muscle strength because you're not pushing yourself to get beyond the comfort zone. This is assuming a 2-pound weight is comfortable. I mean, there are people for whom, you know, that could be a big challenge. But let's assume, you know, that 2 pounds is easy for us. If that's all we do, we're not going to develop, right? So it's that going to the edge. And how many people have done something that they were scared to do and afterwards experienced the incredible euphoria, right? That's the thing, is you don't get it without moving beyond the fear. So what Michelle Obama talks about is learning to be comfortably afraid. And I thought that was a really interesting way of saying it. Finding a way to let your nerves guide you rather than stop you. So you're aware, you're awake, you're aware, and you also assess the level of real danger, right? Newness, she talks about this. Newness requires that we be cautious. You go somewhere, a new place, you meet a new person, you don't know whether you can trust this person or not, or whether this is a quote-unquote dangerous area or whatever it is. But often we over-accommodate the cautious side. And that can actually constrict our world and dim our light. Right? So You can also misinterpret a jolt of fear as a signal to retreat or avoid something, but sometimes it's just a jolt of fear. It's just a feeling. You know, it's a tingling, maybe it's a heart racing, maybe it's a little quavering in your voice or a little bit of a almost out of breath feeling. But if you step back and actually just dispassionately list what that is. Okay, so, I'm feeling fear right now. Well, what does that feel like? Well, it's a little fluttering kind of feeling in my chest, kind of tingly, a little something in the back of my neck. Maybe my jaw's a little tight. Okay, so if you look at it that way, it's like, is that a reason? Is that any kind of reason not to do something that you really want to do, that you're scared to do, but you really want to do it, but you're kind of scared to do it, but you really want to do it? And just learning, okay, well, that's that feeling. I can just carry that feeling with me and go ahead and do the thing, whatever it is. That is actually really liberating, because I think a lot of us, I'll speak for myself, being afraid of things often would just stop me from doing it altogether. And when I realized that fear, as long as I left fear in the back seat, they could still be in the car, as long as they're not driving. Because if they're driving, we're just staying in the garage. We're not really going anywhere. We're staying in the driveway. But if fear is, a passenger seat or, better yet, back seat, and you just, you hear the voice, you feel the little flutter, and then you do the thing anyway. And the reward is that feeling of euphoria, and also knowing that you are shining your light so that other people actually see you shining and feel empowered to shine their own. And isn't that amazing? Yeah. So here's some things that Michelle talks about. Learning to be comfortably afraid. She says reframing things. And I've been doing this for years, and it really does help. So before a performance, when I feel all the fluttery things and the heart racing, I decided years ago that was not nervousness. That's excitement. And just by reframing it and just saying, "Ooh, I'm excited," it makes it so much more fun, right? I'm excited as opposed to I'm scared. And it's almost the exact same. I venture to say it is the same bodily feeling. It's just the mental framework of what the label we're putting it on it. So are we calling this fear, or are we calling this excitement? And same thing with the words have to and get to. Just by that slight change of phrase, oh, I have to go on stage and sing, or fill in the blank, I have to make a speech. They say public speaking is, many people say that they would rather die than publicly speak. It's that high on the list of things that people are afraid of. So, oh God, I have to make a speech, and even if we don't like speaking, a lot of times it's required, right? There's a wedding and you need to give a toast. It would be terrible not to give a toast at your daughter's wedding, or, whatever, your, dear goddaughter or niece, or whatever relative, et cetera, or someone passes and you really need to say something at the memorial. If you change that from have to get to, I get to share my feelings about this person on their special wedding day, or I get to share with the community what this person meant to me, then it becomes much more of a open sharing of your light, letting your light shine, as opposed to this burdensome and scary task. So this is an ongoing challenge. I don't know that any of us do this 100% of the time. I certainly know I do not. But I do find that when I push myself and put fear in the back seat and drive the car myself, metaphorically, the feeling of euphoria afterwards, the scarier it is, okay, or the more exciting it is, let's say that. The more I'm afraid of something, the more euphoria I feel when I push myself to go ahead and do it. And I would just invite you all to think about reframing just the feeling of fear as excitement, and also the have-tos into get-tos. And I think it'll make a huge, huge difference. So now I want to actually practice a bit of this with a meditative song called Breathe In, Breathe Out. Okay. So I'm going to switch. This one's singing. Okay, so we're good. All right. So I invite you to get in a comfortably seated position, preferably feet on the floor, but it doesn't have to be. You could even do cross-legged in your chair if that's comfy. And you're free to sing along or just let the music kind of flow over you, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Center down, enter in. The noise will fade away as you begin to listen to the quiet inside your soul. Every worry, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Breathe in, breathe out. Let peace, let it be now. Embrace yourself, all you are, and listen to the truth inside your heart. Forget the past, what the future holds. Don't worry about what you don't know. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Breathe in, breathe out. Let peace be now. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe out, breathe out. Let
We go. Thank you so much, Patricia. What an honor it is to have you speak and share your time and talent with us.
Thank
it's
you.
It's truly a beautiful blessing. And so now is the time in the service where we'll take our gifts and offerings as we do our offertory statement. Our ushers will come around and collect. There's many ways you can donate to your Unity Kona. So the the Amazon Prime also. And so definitely we got many things happening. So if you'd hold your gifts in your hands, and we'll do our offertory prayer. There it is. Together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am abundantly prosperous in every way. And so it is. As our ushers come moving around, Patricia, you got to... Thank you.
Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies, blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive. Divine love blesses and multiplies. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies, blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive. Divine love blesses and multiplies. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies, blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, all that I give, all that I receive.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. What an honor it is. We are so blessed to have you here with us. I'm so glad the songwriting thing went on. So it brought you here. So we're honored. As our ushers are forward, now let's bless these divine offerings. And so as it is, as we give, so shall we receive. And so as we know, as we dedicate. Oh, the other one? Through Spirit, we know that as we give, so shall we receive. And so now dedicate and consecrate these gifts to do your will and your work in the center, in our lives, in our community, and so it is. Mahalo keakua. Thank you, God. A few announcements as we get finishing up our service. First and foremost, we are a prayer ministry. Download the You Pray app, and with that power of prayer, tenfold, and 30 days of consecutive prayer at the Unity Village in Lee Summit, Missouri. And we also have the prayer request box in the back of the sanctuary. Fill out a form. Our chaplains will pray over them here and then send them on to Silent Unity. And as the power of prayer enlightens all of us, and so sharing it two or more, it definitely tenfold. So keeping that in mind, utilize the power of prayer. And so we have a few other announcements. Team member of the month this month for June is Steve Field. Thank you, my friend. He brings the best foods and sharing during fellowships. His volunteers as our last annual golf tournament was, and also on the relocation committee. Steve-O is always friendly to everyone, and especially welcoming new visitors, making them feel part of the Ohana. And Steve-O, we appreciate your willingness to offer whatever support's needed and sharing your time, talents, and treasures. You are greatly appreciated and loved. Thank you, Steve. And also, we are excited to announce the first hosting of the Unity Movie Night. And so this Friday, June 16th, doors will be open at 6:30. Everybody come. It's a feature film, The Yes Man. And the film will start at 6:45. And there will be popcorn and bottles of water available for purchase. No outside foods and drinks will be allowed in the sanctuary, but you're more than willing to, if you're willing to help volunteer for helping the setup and the cleanup and the handle the sales, sign-up sheet is now being passed around.
Ah, nice.
So we make that happen. And so as you know, it takes a village. The fundraiser. There's a golf tournament fundraiser from Mapuana. Now, she's instrumental in helping Unity's first annual golf fundraiser last year. This golf fundraiser is scheduled for Saturday, June 24th. There's a flyer upstairs with additional information. We are waiting to hear. No, we do hear. Lunch and silent auction is available even without playing golf. And so if you want to go, please, we'll find out about the GoFundMe that's set up. But please join them over there at the golf fundraiser. And I believe that's here in town at the Kona Golf Country Club. Kona Golf and Country Club. Yes, okay. It didn't have it on there. There's a lot of golf courses around here. We got it. And as you know, it takes a village to run this spiritual sanctuary, so we appreciate everybody. Kindly consider supporting Unity of Kona, becoming a contributor, sharing your time, talent, and treasures. And there are several sign-up sheets in the back of the sanctuary, and so please consider along. Don't forget the refreshment sign-up sheet upstairs, and refreshments after service, and a little bit of closing music with Let There Be Peace on Earth and Aloha Oi. So I'd like to please ask you to make a big circle in the sanctuary right behind the front row as we get together to close the service. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Next week will be our speaker, Reverend Sophia Falco. So join us next week for the Spirit of Gratitude. Is the only thing we can't control. So just accept life, and until we meet again, we'll do Aloha Oi. hui ho and aloha. God bless you, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget refreshments and fellowship. A little more music?
One more?
Yeah, you want to do a little more? I'll get you a singing mic.
All right. So those of you who were here last week, you may remember this one. It's called One Love. People shout, shout like they got the answer. Louder and louder now, I'm drowning in a sea of pain. To judge, past the sign.